Association for Jazz Education was established to promote the genre in South Africa and, of course, build jazz arts community by advancing education and research. Now, this initiative is celebrating its 25th anniversary this year, and it has all kinds of events and workshops to revel this milestone. And to talk to us about the events they've lined up for the year and the International Jazz Day, we're joined by Diane Rossi, the treasurer at SAJE. A very good morning to you, Diane. Thank you so much for joining us and welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning to you too.
All right, tell us, how is SAJE assuring growth of jazz in the country?
How is it promoting jazz?
Yeah.
Well, we are a national organization, and we do workshops and festivals, conferences, outreach workshops, live music performances for young people, so that we can actually gather our audiences of tomorrow.
Yeah.
And jazz is such an important genre in South Africa and has such an important history in this country that we try and do as much as we possibly can to reach out to young people and to old people.
So why and how is it important, Diane, to preserve and document the South African jazz heritage?
Well, I think this has been done all over the world for a very long time. And a lot of people have mentioned that when they try and do some research on South African jazz, that there's very little information out there. So this is one of the goals of the organization, is to actually either establish a heritage center, hopefully here in Cape Town, and to document all the wonderful jazz concerts, recordings, histories of our jazz artists here in South Africa.
So with the emergence of various genres of music lately, do you think there's still generally an interest in jazz?
There is a tremendous interest in jazz. You'll be surprised. One of the things that's coming up later this month in Cape Town, not this month, sorry, at the end of May, the beginning of June, is the Cape Town International Big Band Jazz Festival, which is 4 days of big band music. Which is about 23 big band jazz bands, which is amazing just for the Cape Town area.
Right.
And this is promoted at schools, both at schools where they have music programs and also informal school programs, music programs. And I think that if you go especially into the townships, there's a huge oral tradition where people listen to vinyls, they listen to CDs, they hear their grandparents listening to some music, and then they get interested in it. And I think also when we take live performances out to the schools, especially outside of Cape Town, like up the West Coast or to Paarl, Malmesbury, places like that, the young people respond very, very positively.
And certainly these are for information exchange purposes, they are for, networking purposes. So how often do you hold these?
We do about 4 workshops or live performances per month.
Okay. All right.
Throughout the year.
Okay, now over the past few years, how has jazz music advanced, and has education around the genre changed much? I don't think it has changed much. There is a specific curriculum. It is now part of the matric curriculum. Oh,
so
really?
There are many more. Yes, it is. It has been, I think, for the last 2 or 3 years.
Okay.
It's part of the matric curriculum.
Ah, fantastic.
So, which is great, because then it feeds a lot of people into the university systems. Or, if they don't want to study, they can study by themselves, and they can promote themselves and become a jazz artist.
All right,
There's
Diane,
lots of opportunities out there.
Well, what have you planned then for International Jazz Day today?
Today we have a concert at 5:30 p.m. at Rondebosch Boys High at the Revel Theatre. We thought that this year we would like to do collaborative concerts between South African jazz musicians and visiting musicians from overseas.
All right, so Diane, great chatting to you, Diane.
Thank you, thank you.
All right, that was Diane.
Jazz Day.
Well, happy International Jazz Day to you too, Diane. That was Diane Rossi, Treasurer General at the SAJE, the South African Association for Jazz Education, is celebrating 25 years of promoting jazz education in South Africa. She was speaking to us live from our Cape Town Sea Point studios.